Welcome back to the Tool Crib. Today we are going to be talking about the Leatherman Raptor trauma shears. You know, every once in a while, Leatherman will bring out a product that just really it's off the scales good. They did that with the Mutt. The Mutt is not for everybody. It's specialized, but it's just awesome. It really is. It's just awesome. When they came out with the Surge was, the bigger version of the Wave, and it was just bigger, beefier, and better. And that was a game changer for as far as I was concerned. That suited me perfectly. Well, the Raptor is one of those tools. When they brought this out several years ago, it was just an immediate hit. I mean, they really knocked this one out of the park. These shears are the absolute best shears that I've ever used. And they have 6 different functions in total is what they're listed as. But when you consider all the things that these things can do, and their cutting task is just off the charts how good these shears are, what all they can actually accomplish. Now, these were developed for emergency personnel, for your EMT, paramedic, for firefighters, for combat medics. But they have other uses too. They can be used as industrial shears, as garden shears, as kitchen shears. I mean, they're just outstanding. Well, we're going to walk through the few specs that this thing has, and then we're going to go through the tool set. And then I've got some stuff that I want to show you exactly just a few examples of what these shears can cut through and how good they cut them. Let's get into it. The first thing I want to say is that the Raptor, it has the nylon reinforced handles, and they are available in several different colors. I happen to have the black version, but they're available in red, in blue, in a combination of orange-black, in like a lime green, and you can also get them in coyote tan, which I know is super, super popular. And probably when I buy another pair, it's probably going to be in coyote tan, I would imagine. Now, overall, in the closed position, overall length, it's going to be 5 inches long, or 127 millimeters. Its width is going to be just shy of 2 inches on the outside of the handles at 1 15/16 of an inch, or about 49 millimeters. And the thickness, if you exclude the pocket clip and just measuring to the handles, outside to outside, it's going to be 3/4 of an inch wide, or 19 millimeters. Then if we get it opened up, the overall length changes to 8 1/8 of an inch, which is going to be 206 millimeters. The width changes to about 4 inches, which is about 101 millimeters, and then it's the same 3/4 of an inch thickness, or 19 millimeters. Now, it also comes with a nylon reinforced case that you can carry it with. And so there's 3 carry options. You have the integrated pocket clip, which you can carry in the folded up position, just like so. Clips right on your pocket. Then in the case, it has a couple of different ways to carry it. You could carry it in its folded position, and they've also developed this so that you could carry it in its open position, and it just slips right in there. Really, really innovative how they came up with the case too. I mean, they were just really, really thinking about this thing. Well, let's start walking through the tool set, and then some couple of features about the Raptor that I want to point out as well. So the total listed functions on the Raptor is 6. We've got, the first thing we have is the carbide glass break that's located here on the end. And obviously that is for breaking through windows. Something you'll definitely want to have gloves on if you ever decide to try to use that feature. I've never used the glass break, but I've definitely seen it demonstrated and can attest that it works exceptionally well. Now, it also comes with a lanyard hole so that you can attach a lanyard to it, and that's not listed as one of the features, but it does have that capability. On the opposite side, it has a liner lock strap cutter and oxygen wrench. Now, when I showed these to my wife, now my wife was in the Army and she was a combat medic, and she served one tour in Afghanistan. She served 9 months there. And when I first showed these to her, her first question wasn't how sharp they are. I mean, do they cut well? Do they do this? Do they do that? Her first question to me was, does it have an oxygen wrench? And I guess that's you know, that's a thing. Whenever they're in these high tense situations and these wrenches get lost, having an oxygen wrench on you is extremely important. And that was her very, very first question. Now, if we get it opened up, first thing we're going to look at is it's got an integrated ring cutter. And oh, by the way, this strap cutter will work both in open and in closed position. So you can actually use that cutter in the open position as well. And that's really nice as well. So it has that ring cutter. Now, I'm not going to demonstrate it on my ring because I'll get shot and I don't want to get shot. But it definitely, I mean, they were really thinking when they put this thing together. Then it has a 5 centimeter ruler for measuring the length of wounds. Then on the shears themselves, now the shears themselves are 1 15/16 of an inch long, or 40, is it 50? No, it's 49 millimeters in overall length. And you'll notice that on this side, it has really fine serrations on this side of the handle. And then on the opposite side is straight so that you can sharpen it up, get a nice cut edge on it. The design, that the thought process that they put into this, and all the different tools that they made for this, it's just so well thought out. I mean, I really praise the Raptor. I really praise the engineering behind the Raptor. They really knocked it out of the park when they made this. Now, I want to show you what it can do, and I just have a few examples of how good this thing really is. And like I said before, this is really designed for the emergency personnel people, but it has so many other uses. I mean, these things can be used as industrial shears, which is how I use them. You can use them as garden shears, as kitchen shears. I mean, they're just incredible. But let's take a few items here. I'm going to show you exactly what the Raptor can do. The first thing I have here is just some old cardboard, and we'll just zip right through that stuff like nothing. That cuts extremely, extremely nice. We're going to make a mess here, but that's all right. Then just regular paper, and this is just regular notebook paper. And I'm kind of awkward because I'm out there with one hand, but this it's just fantastic how well these things cut with no effort. Then we're going to get into some little thicker stuff. First thing is a little piece of paracord, and this thing will just zip it right off like it's absolutely nothing. I love these shears. Next thing I have is some zip tie material, and you'll see that it just without any effort. Now we're going to get a little bigger. This is 1/2 inch poly rope. It's kind of crappy rope, but like it was nothing. That's just amazing how good those shears are. And look how clean the cut is on that too. It is just outstanding. Now I've got, this is 10 gauge stranded wire. Actually, let me bring my surge in real quick, kind of show you how the surge will handle this. Oh, let me get it bit there. Well, I didn't quite have it all the way on. But at any rate, the surge gets through it with no problem. But you can see how the surge kind of flattens it out a little bit. Now let's try that same thing with the shears. And that's through copper wire. I mean, granted, copper wire is soft, so it shouldn't have any problem going through there. Now we've got an older Leatherman sheath, an old surge sheath that's long past retirement. So let's just see how it handles leather. Wow. I mean, they're really, look how clean it cuts too. And you know, I really rave on the surge scissors. While I got this out here, let me just see how well the surge handles this leather. And I know it'll get through it. It's just, it's not going to be as easy as that Raptor is. You can see the surge scissors will definitely get through it as well, but not nearly as clean as the Raptor shears. At any rate, those are just a few examples of what the Raptor can get through and how really good they are. And the fact that they can be dismantled too. I don't know if I remember if I touched on that, but they can be dismantled to be cleaned. That I just can't praise the Raptor enough. This is, you know, kudos to the Leatherman Engineering, the guys behind the design of this, because they really did a bang up job on this one. And this is one of those 4 multi-tools that I've talked about before that sit in the console of my truck. Now these are the ones that stay in my collection, but I have another set that reside in the console of my truck that I use all the time. Well, I say all the time. I probably use them once, maybe twice a week, but they're there when I need them. And if you've ever used them, you'll know right away that they're just worth their money. They really are. They're $80, like I said before, but I think they're worth every single penny. I really do. My name's Ben, and you've been watching my review of the Leatherman Raptor here on the Texas Tool Crib. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you in the next one.